Good evening to all of you. Our chief guest, His Excellency Mitsukoshi Hideki, the Ambassador of Japan in Sri Lanka, Council members of CPM Sri Lanka, the Chairman of the Panel of Judges, Dr. Samantha Ratnayaka, Chairman and CEOs and other members of participating companies, distinguished invitees, the Director of CPM Sri Lanka, Mr. Dilshan Alskulatna, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my great pleasure as the President of the Chartered Professional Managers of Sri Lanka to welcome you to the Best Management Practices Company Awards 2024, which has been conducted by CPM Sri Lanka. You would have seen the activities of CPM Sri Lanka in the video that was shown earlier, so I will not speak too much on that because I am sure that would have given you an insight as to the importance of management and how the management profession can really make a change, not only in your business organizations, but also the whole country as a whole. As you know, CPM Sri Lanka is a leading professional management body in Sri Lanka. And of course, our main object is to promote the profession of management and the adoption of good management practices in both the private and public sector. So you can see the importance, and today, I think the large numbers that are present here, you know the reason why you are present here. You are really going to display the best management practices that you have really practiced and showing that you are going to be the best. We are members of the Association of Management Development Institutions in South Asia, and we work closely with the various management bodies, including the Indian Institute of Management of Ahmedabad and the Malaysian Institute and many others, which really gives us a link into the global and international field. As you know, the management profession is a multidisciplinary profession and spreads to all professions, and good management practices in both the public and private sector will be of great importance, especially at a time we are experiencing economic and social problems. So you can see that the management profession has no barriers to anyone becoming a member. All of you are entitled to become a member because in every profession that you have, if you do not have good management practices, you will see that you will not succeed. And today, you who are here have really employed or implemented the best management practices that are there, which will really indicate to you the level that you have achieved and that you will be felicitated for what you have done. Today I am also indeed happy that our chief guest this evening, the Japanese ambassador, because I know that this has a close link with Japanese industry, the Japanese development, where various techniques of management have been used in Japan, and they've also brought it to Sri Lanka with organizations just as Justica who have implemented it. I think all of you must be knowing of their management practices such as the 5S methodology, the TQM, Kaizen. These have enabled Japanese companies to improve efficiency, eliminate waste, maintain clean and organized work environment, strong commitment to quality, improving the work culture, higher productivity. I think that's one of the most important things that Sri Lanka has to look at. Because although we are really on a reform package with IMF, I have not seen a single word where they are talking of productivity. They are talking of reforms, but reforms without productivity, without efficiency, without reduced cost, better cost management, and higher profitability will really not bring the desired results that we are looking for. Then another important thing of good management. Good management also brings in accountability and responsibility, and will also bring us sustainable development. Now this is one of the missing links. You, those who are from the private sector, will know that you are accountable and you are responsible. That is why your companies are making good results and you are able to stay afloat and to make your company is sustainable. If you look at maybe the Japanese books, I'm sure companies such as Toyota are an example of leading companies that have implemented all the systems of Kaizen, 5S, TQM, and all these. So you can see that today, I'm sure our Excellency will tell of the good practices that they are maintaining and how in Sri Lanka we will be able to bring in this good management. Now there is another important element also which good managers have. That is the honesty and integrity. You can never become a good manager if you do not work with honesty and integrity. Even if you look at economic development will not be sustainable unless we have honest people in this country. Because you will find that the organizations will not be able to flourish, and all of you who are present here, mainly from the private sector, who are having good management practices, have really enforced this. This is a basic thing that we learn in the schools, and of course maybe after leaving, but today many of them are not practicing it. Who do you think is a good manager? You will know for yourself. A manager is a person who implements things, who is there to bring results. If you are not result oriented, then you cannot be a good manager. So I am sure that the majority of you are here, have brought results, and today the chartered professional managers are indeed pleased to show you, and our panel of judges who have gone through the details that you have given of the good practices you have done, and they have already done the judgment, and I'm sure today you will receive the appreciation of what you have done. Now another important thing is value creation. Today I think I need to say a few words about the public sector. We made a big mistake in Sri Lanka where the constitution was changed in 1972, where they did away with the Public Service Commission. Today all of them are talking of economic development, but if they do not reform the public sector, we will never be able to come out of this, because we will not be able to maintain sustainable development. You will know that you from the private sector are not only working hard, but you are paying the taxes to maintain those people in the public sector. So if they are unable to show value creation, then the IMF or anyone who comes will not be able to make a sustainable economy and for us to come out of this great crisis that we have gone into. Did any of you know that we had $100 billion debt? You will not know. You are looking at your company balance sheet. But the public sector, they are responsible for this. They should have been able to manage it. But unfortunately, in 72, they did away with this Public Service Commission and then put the responsibility from the public servant to the politicians. Ultimately, this is the result of this. No one is speaking of this, but management has really not been there. So today, we need to make these changes. If you are in the private sector, if you are to flourish, we must ensure that the public sector is stable, public sector is able to give the support to the private sector and take it forward. We can't increase taxes anymore. If they are not producing value, the value is really required. If they take every ministry must show how much of value they are creating to the society, how much of value they are creating to the private sector, how much of value they are creating to the economy. If they do not show that, then I think we need to take hard decisions. So these are very important things because we need to have administration. If you look at India, why are they successful? They have the political system, but their administration is free of politics. They are able to run, but we have really missed the bus. We have had very good systems. We had the Ceylon civil service, and they have been running the country. We have very well educated people. We have very good managerial people, but unfortunately, this system has been ruined. But now they have set up the Public Service Commission, but they need to give them more powers in order that this country can come out of this situation. So I do hope even organizations, the international organizations, will take this into account. So let me once again congratulate all especially I must commend our committee that have been handling this, the panel of judges. They have been working very hard. They have been having interviews with you all and working very hard to do the evaluation. So let me thank them with the chairman of the committee and also our own staff, led by Mr. Dilsan Arasaguratna, for the hard work they have done in getting this. I must also thank His Excellency, the Ambassador, for accepting our invitation, because I think it is a great honor for us to have you here, sir. You are really, I think, really fit for this occasion, because we feel that Japan is a country that has really brought a real discipline. They have developed as an industrial nation because of the management, good management practices they are having. So I am sure, sir, that you will be able to tell those secrets to us. But let us join hands and strengthen the management in this country, both in the private and the public sector, so that it will bring solutions not only to you and me, but to the society as a whole. So you must think of the people, because today all of you are working in the public interest. That is a professional. If you are a member of the Chartered Professional Managers, you are working in the public interest. Then how do we bring public interest? How do we do it for the society? You have corporate social responsibility, so many areas. So I am sure that all of you have done an excellent job. We are really there to appreciate what you have done, and management is really necessary. Management has to be done, accountability has to be there, responsibility is there, and I'm sure that managers will be able to take this country forward and to make us a prosperous nation and enable us to go forward. Thank you and all the very best.